So yesterday was a really bad day for me. I had a really bad day yesterday, the day before recording this. And the thing is, it was supposed to be a really good day. It was supposed to be a day that I was waiting for. Because this day, I was going to this social event, meaning there would be pretty girls that I can meet and maybe date one of them and fall in love with one of them or something. And so I made sure that I was as good looking as possible to minimize the risk of getting brutally rejected once again. So, the day before that, so 2 days ago basically, I made sure to re-dye my eyebrows because what previously happened was that when I dyed my eyebrows darker, because I've been told that I would look better if I dye my eyebrows darker, but then I got told that my eyebrows were too long, so I decided to shave them at the end here, but accidentally I ended up shaving too much, so my eyebrows ended up being too short. So I was therefore waiting for my eyebrows to grow back so that they wouldn't be too short. And I was applying a bunch of castor oil here to make my eyebrows grow faster, and I read that eyebrows usually grow back within 6 weeks, and so 6 weeks had finally passed, so I decided to re-dye my eyebrows for yesterday, and then I had a lot of black dye, and I kind of looked like a monster. And so I was waiting for that dye to basically dry and stuff, and I was sleeping with the dye. But then in the morning yesterday, when I was supposed to wash away my dye, to my horror, I noticed that my dye was not longer than previously. My eyebrows have not grown longer. They are still too short. Even after 6 weeks. Even after I've been applying castor oil. So now I am low-key worried that my eyebrows will never grow back and I will be stuck with too short eyebrows for the rest of my life, and I'm genuinely concerned. But obviously it doesn't stop there. Because after I basically had dyed my eyebrows and I shaved and everything in the morning, I was supposed to go to my campus area where I basically rented this room where I was supposed to record videos for my upcoming course, because that's right, I'm planning to start a course. But there was some guy, well, two girls, I think, that occupied that room. I think it's because I was a few minutes late, and when you are late, then someone else has the right to take that room, even though you were the one that booked it. And so I just kept waiting there, like an idiot, waiting for any room there to become vacant, for people to leave the room, but that did not happen. The rooms continued being occupied, and so I just wasted my time. But so I then ate lunch at that area, and I tried to eat a specific diet so that I would, because I'm currently trying to lose weight. So I was eating meat with no sauce, because I've heard that sauce has sodium, and meat has the food that I'm trying to eat right now is potassium, because I have heard I'm trying to de-bloat right now to look smacks, and I have heard that potassium is your friend, sodium is your enemy, so I'm trying to get potassium and I am trying to avoid sodium, and sodium is in sauces, so I had no sauce, just carrots and meat. That was my whole lunch, but I had a lot of carrots and a lot of meat so that I would be full. And after that, I was supposed to go to the place where I was supposed to have this social event. And I was first planning to walk there. You could take the train but I did not have a ticket, so I wanted to walk for like 2 miles or something. And it was really snowing. It was really snowy weather, a lot of snow like falling into my eyes. And so when I started walking, like 1 minute in, I was like, wait a second, there is this train where I don't have to pass the gates, and I can technically ride without a ticket. So I went back, because I had already started walking 1 minute. I walked back, and I walked to the train, and I did not have to take a ticket, so I did not need a ticket to like pass some gates so that I could board the train, and so I just boarded the train. But when I was in the train, there was fucking security control on the train that were scanning tickets from the passengers, which usually doesn't happen, but for some goddamn reason this happened that day. And so when they tried to scan my ticket, I did not have a ticket, and obviously I tried to play dumb, and so they gave me a fine, a $200 fine. And I was obviously acting stupid. I was like, I didn't know I needed a ticket. Sorry, please forgive me. And it's like, yeah, maybe you did not know. Obviously that was a lie. I obviously did know. I just did not. I was a cheapskate. I did not want to pay for a ticket. So now I had to pay even more money instead as a fine. And so it's like, okay, you did not know, but that's still not an excuse. You're an adult. You gotta take consequences for your actions. It's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry, but I swear it's not gonna happen again. Yeah. You better hope it doesn't gonna happen again, because you're gonna pay a $200 fine. Yeah, if you don't wanna pay a $200, then it's not gonna happen again, so it's okay. It's okay. But I did not know. Yeah, now you will know when you pay a fine. And this was only one station, but I ended up missing the station, and because of the security guards, they were almost like holding me hostage. So I ended up going on the wrong station and then had to take the train back, and then I obviously paid for a ticket. And I just paid the fine so that I would get this over with. I had like 10 days or something to pay the fine on like the mobile app. I just did that to get this over with. And the thing is, it was one station only. I should have walked. That distance. I was literally 1 minute far into the walking when I was stupid enough to be like, no, I'm just gonna take the train without a ticket. But so then I went to the social event, and it was fun. And yes, there was this one girl that I thought was cute, but then I got too distracted, I got too carried away in a conversation, and I missed when she left, and I did not get the chance to basically say goodbye to her, and most importantly, get her contact so that I would meet her again. And that was mostly my day. Now I know that this isn't technically the worst day you can have. I know people will be like, there are children in the other parts of the world that are starving, and you are so privileged that this is a horrible day for you. You were complaining at the fact that you had to pay $200 as a fine, but there are children out there that can't even afford $200. And I recognize that the day yesterday was not the worst that I could have. It's not the worst day someone can have. And it could, yes, it could indeed be so much worse. But the reason why I'm talking about this on here, it's not necessarily to complain and be like, boo-hoo, poor me, I had the worst day ever. No, the thing is, and this is what makes my bad day so special from every other people's bad day. It was my fault! People starving in other countries, it's not their fault. People not being able to afford the $200, it's not their fault. The things that happened to me yesterday was my fault. I had all of that coming. And so, the reason why I am sharing this is to acknowledge that I have learned my lesson. I've specifically learned 2 lessons. The first lesson is don't ride trains without a ticket, obviously. But there's a second and arguably more important lesson here. Don't be late when you have booked a room, because when you are late, some other kiddo will occupy that room and there will be no mercy for you. And so because of that, I have kind of made a few posts on the internet where I have said that I will start working on my course this week. But of course, as you can see, I wasn't able to do that. And it's my fault. I was late. So I apologize that I now have to delay my course for another week. So, the course will come next week. Next week, when I will have, when I will be smart enough to not be late. Next week, I'm not gonna be late when I book the room. So, dropping a course next week. Goodbye.